Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Vinyl Thoughts. So very quickly, let's time travel back to sometime in the late 80s, probably 89, maybe 90, where there is a young burgeoning metalhead named Steven who is getting into all of these different bands. He's getting a little bit into Anthrax. He also likes him some Guns N' Roses and Faith No More and all these things that he's hearing that he's totally loving, and he's really getting in to heavy music. And the one thing that he keeps hearing over and over again in interviews and in magazine articles and whatnot is the name Black Sabbath. And so, of course, I was like, that was me. We're talking about me. And I thought to myself, well, I should probably go get some fucking Black Sabbath, because it seems like that's the band that's the connecting point of all this amazing music. And so at the time, maybe even so now for younger music listeners, but what you would do, because you couldn't afford to go buy all of their fucking albums, and I wasn't sure which one was the best one, because at that point, there weren't just blogs out there everywhere with everyone discussing the best Black Sabbath albums. So I found a compilation that had a lot of songs on it, and I went, all right, let's fucking check this out. And that compilation is this one right here. This wasn't the one I bought. The one I bought was on CD. But this is the 1976 compilation, We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll. Honestly, it's a pretty great comp for a beginner Black Sabbath listener. Probably my only gripe about it is that it only contains one song from Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and one song from Sabotage, two of the best Black Sabbath albums. So, whatever. But it includes a shitload of stuff from the first few albums. And at the time, apparently the band did not know that this was released. It was a record label thing. And I read somewhere that they didn't get any money from this, but isn't that true for a lot of shit that happened in the 70s? So anyway, here's the little gatefold. Pretty cool. This is actually a 1976 U.S. pressing of this. And looking at the track titles on the back, it almost looks like the entire first Black Sabbath album is included on this compilation. But the really interesting thing is that, so this says Side 2, Wicked World. But then you actually take out the record and you go to Side 2, and guess what's not there? Wicked World is not there. So that's interesting. I don't know what happened there, but they were just like, yeah, Wicked World. Never mind. But yeah, it's a really great compilation. If you want to look at the inner, a great sort of generic Warner Brothers insert, which has nothing to do with the release, but whatever. This was probably kind of a cash grab at the time anyway. But go in, holy shit, dude. But yeah, so it's a good compilation. Honestly, the weirdest thing about it to me is the inclusion of the song Laguna Sunrise, which is like a 2-minute instrumental acoustic piece. So it makes me think that maybe whoever threw this together didn't really know what they were doing, and they were like, well, here are some songs that we think should go on there, and then let's just throw this shit together and let's just fucking put it out there. But it's kind of ironic that they didn't really put a whole lot of work into throwing it together, but yet it became such an important compilation, especially for young metalheads like me, where we didn't really know a lot of Black Sabbath, and this was our gateway into the world of Sabbath and the beginning of us kind of learning about where this music we love originated from. Anyway, it is a classic compilation, and you can still actually go listen to it on Apple Music. So if you happen to be one of those people that doesn't know a lot about Black Sabbath, this is not a bad place to start. But as soon as you finish this, I would go listen to Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, followed by Sabotage, because those are both fabulous albums. So there you have it. We sold our soul for rock and roll. And the young metalhead known as Steven, he never looked back, really, after learning about all this awesome metal that had been happening 20 years before, or more. Shit. It's been a long time. All right, I'm going to go lay down. Thanks for watching.